Hi, it's me of Healthy by George. Join me here every Thursday and Sunday. Think about subscribing. I'd love for you to do that. Click the like button and the bell and see me here every Sunday and Thursday, where we hope to talk about things to help us motivate our lives and our ability to have a long and fruitful, thriving life. Welcome to Healthy by George. I want you to know that this is for informational purposes only, and it should not be considered as medical advice, nor does it have anything related to my employer. So it's always best for you to check with your own medical provider before you do anything that I recommend or for any medical treatments. So please join me, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. So last week we talked about the fact that this is Mental Health Month, September, and a recent article was published about the things that we can actively do to really help us reduce our risks of dementia. And this is really critical because dementia is one of the number one problems that has shown up as we get older. In fact, by 2030, there's expected to be, which is not far away, 6 years, is expected to be about 82 million. And then by 2050, it's supposed to be like 132 million or something. These are huge numbers, and we really need to do something about our brain health. And one of the things that I loved about this article is that it really focused on the fact that we talked about getting your hearing checked, getting your vision checked, understanding your risk factors, but it's more about this lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. What is that? And I think it's something that it feels overwhelming when I think about it, because it's knowing how well our lungs and our heart works, because how well those two things work impacts directly our brain health. We need to understand what gives our heart and lungs risk. Smoking, drinking, being overweight, which is what I struggle with, eating healthy foods, eating clean, eating things that are nutritious, high in vitamins and proteins that are really whole foods instead of chemicals. The other thing I think that is challenging is that how do we keep ourselves thinking and being active? I think a lot of people, as we get older, we think it's about doing puzzles or completing a crossword puzzle or somehow playing Sudoku or Words with Friends or some of the other mini puzzles. And don't get me wrong, those are great. Puzzles are fun. They're very cool. You can do them by yourself. You can do them anytime. But the truth is, and this is what I like listening to the Huberman Lab, the things that we struggle to do, where we feel a sense of inability, is what really helps our brains get stronger and healthier. So for me, one of the things I'm doing, which is hard, is learning a language, which is French. And believe me, I am struggling to remember and stop. At some point, you need to know the language well enough that you're not constantly translating in your head. So it's about learning a language. It's about learning something that feels challenging or difficult. That could be a music instrument. That could be learning to read music. Learning to read music is not simple because it's all these dots and flags and bars, and there's a huge kind of scenario of how to learn to read music. So the truth is that we have to challenge ourselves when it comes to our thinking processes. Really think about doing something that puts you in a discomfort. I'm not sure what that would be. Every person has their own sense of, I can't do that. For me, I think it's pretty simple. I'm not a scientist, but I work in the field of medicine. I feel challenged by this every day because seriously, one of the reasons I'm very strongly into YouTube channel is because I need to do it for myself. So often when I learn things about my health or my heart or my lungs, and you hear all of the big medical words, it just goes over my head sometimes. I don't know about you, but I have to slow things down so I can understand it, break it down into smaller, digestible, meaningful bits. Because when people say vascular and they say things that I diverticulitis or any of these type of words, it somehow just, I don't know, something in my brain freezes. So I don't know about you, but I need to break all of that down. So when they say that we need to do something about our heart and our lungs, what does that mean? It means exercising, doing things that are going to give some stress to your heart and lungs so that you can improve them over time. And so that's another way to feel a sense of discomfort in doing something. Like for me, I'm making myself do a 30-day challenge of lifting weights because frankly, I don't know why. I can do the walking every day. I can walk after I eat, but getting up there and doing some arms and some legs and some squats and all of those things that are about lifting a weight, it's just something that I'm not naturally drawn to doing. But I know the more I can increase my muscle, the better I'm going to be as I get older. And the other thing too is that how can we improve our head and protection? So one of the other things that is a risk is brain injury if we were to fall, or if we were to be in an accident of some kind, if we're riding a bike or we're on one of those scooters or something like that, that you wear a helmet. The other issue is that as we get older, we become less well balanced. So doing daily balance exercises, standing on one foot, doing something where you're on a rocking plane and you're having to catch your balance, doing yoga positions where you're holding something like the warrior pose, or I think there's another pose where you lift and you're standing on one leg. I can't think of the name of it. But all of those things that can improve our balance will do nothing but improve our ability to get older and prevent our risks of dementia. So again, reduce our smoking, reduce our drinking, eat healthy foods, exercise moderately, do things that protect your brain and your head if you're going to be out there on a scooter, a bike, or on some kind of sports where you're doing things that could possibly cause you a head injury. All of those things are useful, but the other thing too is having your yearly checkup. Knowing your cholesterol is very important. High LDL levels is a huge risk for dementia. We all need to take an active, actionable process daily of paying into our reduction of dementia as we get older. And that means by taking small steps every single day to help ourselves have a healthy brain. So that means a healthy heart, healthy lungs. I know some people said there was an environmental risk. If you can, let's say you live in a large, I live in a large urban city, there is the issue of being in pollution. If you have an area that has high pollution, air pollution, you should have an air filter in your home. You should be conscious of how you can keep yourself safe when it comes to air pollution in our environment. So, last week we talked about loss of vision and hearing. This week we're talking more about these things that are about challenging our brains, knowing our heart and lung health, doing things to live a healthy lifestyle, protecting our heads from injury, and keeping our balance. I think the other thing too is social connections. As much as we can to be in a social connection where we're not judged, meeting friends, doing things like playing games. I loved it. I love playing games. My sister, she's always into playing games. I get challenged sometimes and impatient about playing games, especially if it's something where I'm going to lose a lot. But I think it's all fun. We have to do things that are fun. We do them with people that we enjoy. I think there are things, too, that there's like these communal reading rooms where people just go and they read together. They're not even like socializing. They're just amongst each other reading or enjoying the atmosphere of a nice, beautiful, comfy room. All of that is really helpful for our ability to reduce our risk of dementia. So join me as we get older to do whatever we can to reduce our risk of becoming demented. Now, sure, there are other things that are going to pop up. We always can't predict the unexpected, but we can do as much as we can to make it so that we can have a healthy thinking and moving body and brain. So be well, my friends. You have this one precious life. Let's live it intentionally. Take care. This is MC of Healthy by George. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and ring the bell, and see me here every Sunday and Thursday. Bye-bye. So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.